Gunners assembled. They radioed that they're finding us an escaped plane.
So Airfield is simply an extension of Truck Ride, and we probably would have put it in the same level, but we just didn't have enough map space, so we separated this off into another space. It also afforded us to not have to worry about sightline visibility of the previous space, and we could really stretch out for the plane attack that's going to happen. In this part, you see like the fishtailing effect here. It was really fun to do on our vehicle spline path. We could tell it to have a rotation, and I played with this a lot in here and had a lot of fun with it. Fun story about this. Let's see if I can get a better view. That the hangar here. As a world builder, I had a lot of difficulty with scale, and this is still kind of early in my career, and I would learn with this one you need a scale reference when you build this stuff, and I had built this hangar, and you could put and as soon as I put my very first, I put it like a plane inside, because you could drive by it and see inside of the hangar. I put a plane in there, and it was like tiny, and I built like pretty much this whole world, and I made it so it looked good, and come to find out it was just scaled way too big, and so I had to work a lot to bring this down, and then kind of fudge the space around here to make the airfield right. And yeah, balcony was intentional. I was always trying to find a way to get that into whatever, this is probably the only on foot, I think this is the only on foot section that I got to do in Call of Duty, and I was aware of this behavior because my teammate who sat behind me helped develop it. So I wanted to put that in my space. So that was intentional. And then also it was meant to kind of break this up. I felt like the shooting down planes was kind of boring. Like, you shoot one or two and that's kind of cool, but then they keep coming, and it just becomes like the arcade shooter where, okay, I want the next scene, but I wasn't going to make another scene. It was just this. So I broke it up with the guys on the balcony. You were supposed to hear some dialogue of your friendlies saying, they're coming on the balcony, let's get them, and just to make the player get off and do some other things for a little bit, and then get back on and get those planes. So sort of a dual threat. But I wish you could see, I could show you the vehicle paths here. This is the same system that I developed for all of the vehicles, and they had a crash path that they would go down, and it worked great for these planes. I didn't have to do much work to animate each of them, but when you looked at that in the editor, it was like one path was the plane, and then there was the crash paths that would come off of it. I'm trying to do this in backward space, but they would end up being like this glorious tendril of vehicle nodes coming down out of space. And I tried to, I think I remember trying to make it so they wouldn't go down the same path. So each one would get flagged, and you would go down a different path, and some of them would go even farther to avoid doing the same explosion and death path. So yeah, that's Airfield. We get back on the truck stuff, and he badly animated into it. And this guy in the truck ride, there's a lot of scripting going on here, just holding, sending you the rocket launcher and all that stuff, which is really fun. We wrestled with the mechanic of being able to use the rocket launcher. We had a use position relative to the weapon that wasn't really catching on the server frame, so the thing was moving and it would be hard to grab. So I think we added an ability to do that better on the moving car. So that's Airfield, a very short level, made because the grid wasn't large enough. So thanks for watching.